Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Karmic reading. For those of you joining me for the first time, this is a reading for all of you who have a divine masculine who's currently in a relationship with a karmic, basically. So we're going to get started. For those of you who are regulars to this channel, I do apologise for missing last week's reading. I know a few of you sent me messages to ask if everything was okay, etc, etc. But as you know, a few months ago, I was having some health issues, and it means I'm still struggling some days, and it means that sometimes I just have to stop completely what I'm doing. So I do apologise for not responding to you all. But let's get this reading started, and firstly we're going to look at the joint energies between the karmic and the divine masculine over the last couple of weeks, because we missed last week's reading. So how have things been, Spirit, for the divine masculine and the karmic? What are the energies that we're seeing between them, please? What are the energies that we're seeing between them? Thank you. Oh, we have TikTok. I'll come back to the cards in a moment. I just want to get a few out. We have a leg up. Okay. What else, please, Spirit? Co-create. Thank you. Happy, happy, happy. Interesting joint energies here. We're going to have a look at how the divine masculine and how the karmic are coping with each of these energies, or what that's been about. But let's have a look at them bit by bit. So, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. Right. It's all a matter of timing. And don't we always say that? Gosh, we always say it's a timing issue, but it really is. They're waiting on something, they're sort of taking their time with something. When we did the last reading, they were very much sort of on separate paths, as I recall, and the divine masculine was just biding his time in order to take a step forward towards the divine feminine. And it seems like, yes, it has taken some time, and yes, maybe, there's issues that are holding them back from moving forward, but it does seem like they're being helped with this situation now. I think in one of the previous readings we did, we talked about them having some professional help. For some of the divine masculine and karmics, if they've got sort of property or children in the mix, they've been seeking legal advice, they've been getting help from people in their community to try and sort things out. We've definitely seen in the last few months them being more honest with the people around them. For a very long time, this particular couple, and I know I hesitate to use that word, but this particular karmic and divine masculine have been wearing a mask, and they have been really deceiving people around them, because they've been pretending that everything is absolutely fine for them and between them, when in actual fact it hasn't been for a very, very long time. So they're being helped by somebody or some people around them to get this situation moving forward. They're both on a path to their happiness, and we will get some more information about this in just a second. But it seems like these people around them are sort of providing some of the wisdom, some of the cunning to be able to help them to move forward to this new start. I always think when we see an egg in a card, it's always about a rebirthing, a new beginning, and about them making wise choices. So I do think whoever this person or people is or are that are helping the divine masculine and the karmic to move forward, they're doing it from a point of wisdom. And ultimately, it is to bring them that happiness, or to help them see that happiness in moving forward. See, she's sitting on an egg again, look, you know. So that's really interesting energy. But what I love about it is we've gone from this sort of biding their time to making those steps forward, which is, you know, obviously really positive. Can we have some more information on these energies? I'd like to know what this is they're waiting for. I'm just going to use these cards because it just felt right today. Thank you. So okay, this is why they've been waiting. There's been a lot to think through. We have the thinking man. Again, you know, this is like your King of Swords card, really. We have the Divine Masculine in particular has been contemplating a lot of issues. You know, planning. We've seen that in previous readings. There's been a lot of planning going on in order to get things right so that, you know, things can be quite as calm as possible. So, yeah, interesting. Let's just put that like that. I do keep trying different layouts and I'll find one I'm really happy with eventually. Yeah, you see, they've wanted to escape. Someone is helping them get out of this situation because what we've seen in more recent readings that they've both been feeling quite trapped by this relationship. And so they do have someone around them. As I say, whether it's a legal person, it'll be different for all of your circumstances, obviously, or all of their circumstances, depending on the couple. But someone's been helping them to escape this feeling of being trapped. That's really positive. It's interesting because you remember for a long time we had the Divine Masculine feeling completely trapped, and we kept getting the community cards and helpful people cards coming up, and here we again have people helping, but this is very much about a joint energy. So although we have the thinking man here and there's been a lot of planning, it feels like they've both been planning, they've both been progressing, and they're both feeling trapped. So, you know, they're getting help to escape this. Let's have a look at this wisdom and this co-creation. Thank you. That was quick. Yeah, again, we have a clock here, and obviously a card of patience. So, you know, they are patiently working through issues here. So this gives us an indication that, you know, progress is being made, but it's not as quick as either of them want it to be. Now, to be honest, that's music to my ears because, you know, for a long time it was the Divine Masculine that wanted to move, but the Karmic didn't want him to. Do remember these aren't gender specific, so your Divine Masculine could also be a female and vice versa. But, you know, now we're seeing both of them are having to be patient because both of them are ready to go on, and they're both having to make wise choices, and sometimes that takes time. You know, it's not something they can just leap into. So there's been a lot of thought in the planning of their moving forward. And what does happiness look like for them, please? What is this happy that they're heading towards? What is the happy that they're heading towards, please? Spirit, what is this happy, please? Thank you. Yeah, you see, they want that balance. They want their, you know, they want to feel at peace. They want to feel totally balanced. We've got the yin and the yang energy, you know, male, female. Yeah, they want their life to be more balanced. They want to be happier, basically. So I'm interested in who this is that's helping here. How can we find more information? Which card, Spirit, are you leading us to? This. Let's just pick a tarot on this, and then what I want to do is look individually at how the Divine Masculine and the Karmic are feeling at the moment. Sorry, Spirit, I missed it. I'm too busy talking. Okay, we have loving energy here. So whoever's helping here is trying to resolve this with, again, we go back to that phrase that I used to use a lot for those of you that have followed the channel, damage limitation. So, you know, they are trying to find the best way forward where they're not going to end up, where they're going to limit hurting each other. You know, they are going to try and walk away peacefully, and, you know, they're getting help to do that. So it could be for some of the divine masculines and karmics, they may be receiving therapeutic help. They may be in some sort of, you know, receiving guidance from a counsellor, for example. So, you know, maybe that's the way they've been able to separate from this sort of push-pull energy we've had for a very, very long time. Interesting. Right, I'm gathering these up, which I know is unusual for me, but I've got candles. We're in sort of semi-darkness here. The light is fading quickly because it's very rainy here today. And I have candles across the table, which is taking up my space. So I'm picking those cards up. If you need to look at them again, please, you know, just have a look at that bit of the video again, basically. I shall probably forget what I said, though. All right, so let's have a look at the divine masculine. How is our divine masculine feeling at the moment, Spirit? Where do you want me to go with cards, please? They want me to go back to these. Okay, I haven't used these for a very long time, but today they're the cards of choice by the looks of it. So let's see how the divine masculine, how is our divine masculine feeling at this current moment, please? How is he feeling at this current moment? How is he feeling? Whoop, thank you. Yeah, look, there's this sense of balance. So what were the cards that we've just seen sort of culminated in this sort of feeling, and this was the feeling that they were aiming for by going through the process they're going through. The fact that we've seen it immediately says a lot to me, because that shows me they're further down the process we've just seen than we thought they were. So they're no longer at the ticking clock that we saw at the beginning. They have been helped already by the looks of it, and this sense of balance is coming into being. But let's see what the other cards are for the divine masculine and see if there's anything that contradicts that. Let's see. What else is here for the divine masculine, please? It's the other way. What else is here for the divine masculine? Adjacent possibilities. So, you know, he's weighing up the pros and cons of taking different sorts of actions. You know, I very much get the feeling that there is forward movement here, though, because, you know, this corridor leads through a very light doorway here. But, you know, en route, the way he gets through that doorway, he can either sort of divert and go round it, or he can go straight for it. So I think what this is telling us is that he's just making sure that he's covered every eventuality here. So for some of the divine masculines, they may be dealing with particularly tricky karmics who, you know, maybe like to play games, and therefore he's making sure that these doors that are open here, you know, he's making sure he goes through the right one, let's put it that way, so that it doesn't cause any more friction between them. It seems like they've been working very hard to bring this peace and this balance into play. Let's see how else he's feeling. I will do some tarot in a minute, so we'll get a bit more information about how he's managing that situation. Thank you. Oh, we have a thinking woman. Ooh. It could well be that, you know, as I say, he's got this woman around him who is thinking things through. In some instances, this could be the karmic. This could be the karmic who is a bit of a schemer, a bit of a planner. And this is why he's having to make sure that he goes through the right doorway, because he doesn't want to... they've just said upset the apple cart. You know what I mean. He's trying to keep things very calm now that they've reached a sense of balance. He doesn't want to make the wrong decision and upset everything again, because he does see his freedom ahead of him. I do feel that is the karmic in this instance. When it first came out, I did wonder whether this was the person who was giving advice. For some of them it could be, but I don't think so. I think this is about the karmic. Let's get one more. Can we have one more, Spirit, please? Is there anything else you want to tell us? Thank you. Oh, yeah, there could be some financial difficulties here still for some of them. And this could be what the decision making is all about. This could be what, you know, the doorways are all about. Deciding which is the best way forward, how, you know, which is the easiest route that will upset the least people within the financial constraints that he's dealing with at the moment. It could be that the karmic is actually putting him under some financial constraints, especially if there's children involved. Or it could well be that in this separation, because I do feel still that there is a separation pending, that the karmic may be wanting to keep the house that they're living in, which is putting additional pressure on the divine masculine, for example. You know, it feels like that sort of energy to me. Let's see. Do we look at the karmic? Do you want to look at the karmic? No, let's go over this. Let's go over this with some tarot. And we'll come back to the karmic and what energy she's bringing to affect the divine masculine. So how is... No, in fact, sorry, that doesn't follow. Let's sorry, I'm doing different layouts, and I keep thinking I used to do it really simplistically, but now I'm sort of just trying different ways, mixing it up a bit. But sometimes I get halfway down a path, and then I think, hang on, let's do it the other way. I want to see what the karmic is bringing, you know, how she's feeling at the moment, because that will tell us what this card is about before we do the tarot. So let's just see. I'm going to bring some of these out. Tell us about the karmic. How's the karmic feeling at the moment, please? How's the karmic feeling at the moment? How's the karmic feeling? Thank you. Yeah, you see, she's looking forward. So while we have the divine masculine feeling that life's much more balanced, he's feeling more balanced because the karmic now is looking forward in her own life. You know, she is planning her way forward. So there's not that pull, a constant pull and manipulation of the divine masculine that was happening before. How else is she? Let's just say, how else is she feeling? How else is she feeling, Spirit, please? I'm not going to link it to those doors, but I think they're going to give us it because that's the pull I have. How else is she feeling, please? Oops, that one. Thank you. Spread the light. You want me to take that one too? Okay. Give it to God. Okay. So let's just have a look at these two. Interesting this. The karmic is looking forward. She's planning her way forward. She wants to find the light. She wants to find a path that will lead her to happiness. For those of you that have been with the channel a long time, you remember this karmic used to be very, very needy. And all she wants is her happiness, basically. We all want happiness, obviously. But she used to rely on the divine masculine to provide it. Now she's looking for the way forward by following her own light. And sometimes she's struggling with it a bit. And so she's asking for spiritual intervention here. She's asking for some guidance. She's asking to be put on the right path that will lead her through the darkness into the light. She wants to be happier, and that is really positive. Can we have one more, please, Spirit? Can we have one more for the karmic? That's not the right one, is it? Thank you. Yeah, you see, she wants to let go of all the angst. She wants to let go of this darkness, and that's why she's looking for her path through in the, you know, guided by the light, because she wants to just let go of all of it that's gone before. She wants to, you know, flow through her life with ease. She doesn't want the stress anymore. And this may be why, you know, the divine masculine is under this sort of financial constraint, because this karmic is still looking for an easy path forward, okay? So that in itself is putting pressure on the divine masculine. So let's go through with some tarot. to find out what's happening. In fact, let's just, sorry, I want to change tarot. I want to have a look at the karmic first. Let's have a look at the karmic and then we'll come back to the divine masculine because I want to look at him in more detail today. So let's just get a couple of cards for the karmic and then we'll clear those cards and just concentrate on the divine masculine because that's who we're interested in really. Is this card you're giving me? The Hermit, yeah. Okay, so this karmic is looking forward in her life, but she's doing a lot of planning. So she might be spending a lot of time alone at the moment, just sort of quiet moments, contemplating, thinking about how she wants her life to look. She wants it to go with ease, as we know. So, you know, she's there. She's trying to be very wise about things. She's keeping her feelings very much to herself. She may be being a little bit secretive, actually. That's the feeling I'm getting from this particular card. Don't usually get that with the Hermit, but I'm actually feeling it at the moment. And again, isn't it interesting? We're seeing the light in the darkness here, which is what we see here. This is what she's seeking. So she's really thinking this through at the moment. What can you tell us about this path? What is she doing in order to find this path? She's contemplating. What else do we need to know, please? Yeah, she's ready to take action. She wants a new beginning. She wants to find some passion in her life, yes. But this is more about, for me, this is more about her physically taking action. So this is why she's spending time planning. She wants to follow that path. Again, we have darkness, we have light here, and she wants to make sure that she's on the right path this time. I do apologise about my throat. Okay, what is the spiritual intervention she's asking for, please? Strength. Yeah, that makes sense. She wants the strength to move forward because this is what she's asking. Spirit, the universe, God, whoever it is that she seeks guidance from, the angels maybe. You know, she wants their protection and she wants to have that inner strength to move forward. Because remember, this karmic has never been the most confident of people. Yes, we've seen her playing games. Yes, we've seen her being manipulative. But in terms of inner confidence, she's always struggled. So she's asking for spiritual guidance to have the strength to actually move forward. Okay, so how is she planning to just let go and flow with her life, Spirit? How's that going to happen? She wants to make the right choice. She knows she has options and she's trying to figure out the best way. She's looking at all the details of her situation. And again, this is her in if you can see this lady here, this is the karmic in very pensive hermit mode, planning, basically, trying to make the best decision to have the best outcome so that she can, as I said, continue to live her life with ease. Interesting. So yeah, still a lot of contemplating going on. But isn't it interesting that in the top row here for the divine masculine, we saw the karmic portrayed as the thinking woman. You know, here she is doing her research, thinking it all through. On the bottom row, we had her in hermit mode, doing her planning. So, yeah, interesting. Interesting times. But remember, they are having some sort of support, some sort of guidance along the way, because we saw that at the beginning. That was the joint energy. So, it's all looking good. Do excuse me. Okay, we're getting there. Right, let's concentrate on the divine masculine now, because I know the divine masculine is what is, you know, really important to us. So let's see, do we go straight for tarot, Spirit? Yeah, let's just do it. So in terms of this, oh yeah, thank you, Spirit. They want to reassure us that he is on the move. He is escaping a situation he's not happy with. He is moving away. And again, we have this moonlight here. So, you know, he's heading for his own light here. You know, they just threw that out randomly before I asked anything because they want to reassure us that he is on the move here. I'm going to put that right there. So how is he feeling more balanced? How has this come about, please? Yeah, you see, he's been, again, we have him manifesting, I don't know why I said that, it's really interesting. Manifesting his outcomes, but really this is about his intuition. This is about him being in tune with himself at the moment. We've seen the divine masculine asking for spiritual guidance himself over the last few months. You know, in whichever way he does that, you may not be aware of how he does that as the divine femme. You may not necessarily know, but you know, it is for, and they will all do it in different ways, obviously, like we all do. But he's feeling much more balanced because he's much more at peace with himself. He's got that sort of inner peacefulness that comes from spiritual intervention. And we do know that Spirit has been working with the divine masculine for several months now, if not years, to be fair, for some of them. But, you know, particularly in these last few months, there's been a big emphasis on spiritual intervention for the divine masculine. So divine masculines have been going through a tremendous amount of change. Now, yeah, they want to lead the divine masculine to a place where, you know, there's celebrations. Sometimes we can talk about reunions in terms of the Three of Cups, but there's definitely, you know, he wants to choose the right doorway, as we were saying earlier, to be celebrated, to lead to his... Sorry, my mind's going off in tangents here. He wants to go through the right doorway in order to lead to his happiness so that he's in a position to celebrate, you know, making the right choice. He knows, it's an interesting card this, because the message I'm getting is he knows exactly which doorway he wants to go through. Again, he wants to head towards that lit doorway that's going to lead him to this happiness. But he's just making sure he's dealt with all these avenues before he walks through it, because we have a karmic who is still planning things and he wants to keep the peace. She's not planning things with him. I don't get that feeling. She's planning her way forward, but she wants the best outcome for herself. And obviously if there's children involved, you know, she may want the best outcome for them too. Let's find out more about her. How is this impacting on... Oh, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, you see, he's feeling under siege. Again, this is a very similar card to the Adjacent Possibilities card, because, you know, there's lots of people that want things from him, just like there's lots of doorways. He has to make sure that he's dealt with whatever is down those corridors. You know, people here want a piece of him, but they're also saying, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? You know, this will be a good idea. Why don't we consider this? Oh, look, you could leap high and go through this doorway. I'd handle it this way if I were you. You know what it's like? People, sometimes they want to give advice. Sometimes they want a piece of you, you know, and it is very much like that for the divine masculine at this moment in time. And in terms of the impact that this thinking woman, i.e., you know, the karmic at the moment, he's got to make sure, as I've said before, that these doors, these doorways, these corridors are dealt with, because otherwise, you know, another door will open, because there's always something that she thinks of, because she wants to make sure that she has had the best possible outcome out of this situation before she finally lets go of this divine masculine. So, you know, he's still dealing with that. But the good thing about this week's reading is he's feeling at peace with it. He feels supported spiritually. He's using his intuition to guide him forward. Look at the lights on this chair, by the way. it's not lights on the chair, gosh, my vision. It's the candles that are lit, but look, it looked like the top of his chair. But, you know, again, we have light guiding the way. And I think, you know, he feels very guided at the moment. He feels like he's in tune with himself. He feels more balanced. So while he's dealing with all this, and it doesn't feel huge pressure, he just feels like he's got to be a bit alert. He's feeling more balanced to deal with it. In the past, he would have felt really, really under pressure. But no, he's coming from a good basis this time. So what are the financial constraints? How is he going to deal with these financial constraints? And what can you tell us? Can we have 2 cards, please? Yeah, look, he wants to be... I'm just going to take this and see what that is in a moment. But in terms of financial constraints, look what a leap this is. The position he wants to be in, Divine Femme, is the 10 of Pentacles. This is the epitome of security. He's got a family security. He's got his beautiful house. He's got, you know, the love of this family. But look at all the pentacles around. He feels stable. He feels secure. He feels financially stable. That is the word. So at the moment, he's under financial constraints. He's working to be more stable, more secure before he comes forward. Okay, so let's just see what this card is, because it'll give us some more information. Yeah, before he comes forward, he wants to make sure that he's left things behind him that are quite secure, so that if he's got children, they're provided for. He wants to make sure that the karmic is as secure as she needs to be, so that he can look forward and actually plan his way forward, but do it peacefully. Look how serene that lady looks on that card. He wants to be in a position so that he can think, okay, I haven't treated anybody badly. I've set it all up behind me so that it's done and it's dealt with and everything's fine. Then I can plan my way forward to have my secure, stable life with my DF. Okay. And we know he's on the move because they told us that first. I love that. I just want to see this 3 of Cups card. Can you give us more information about the 3 of Cups, please? And then we'll get a message for the Divine Femme. Oops, a daisy. Is it that one? I'm sending it out the bottom. Okay. Look at this. We got the 10 of Pentacles over there, now the 10 of Cups. I love the 10 of Cups. Again, whereas the 10 of Pentacles is the epitome of stability and security, here we have the 10 of Cups, the epitome of a loving situation. So when I asked for more information on the 3 of Cups, which was a celebration, the reason he wants to pick the correct door is because he wants this with his Divine Femme. He wants to be able to celebrate the fact that he has achieved his 10 of Cups, which is what he's always wanted. You know, we have this flowing river here, which shows us flowing emotions. So, you know, I love that. I love the fact that we've pulled out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Oh, we had an additional one, I know. I do like the number 7, so we'll say, yeah, we've got 7. And we end up with the 10 of Pentacles. This is what he's aiming towards with you, Divine Femme. 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. How beautiful is that? How absolutely beautiful is that? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Right, let's see where we're going to get. Where are we going today, Spirit, for the message for the Divine Feminine? They want me to take angel cards. I think we did this last time too, but they want me to take angel cards rather than Moonology today. Thank you. Abundance, yeah, you see. Really good things are coming your way, DF. We know this because your Divine Masculine is busy planning his path to the 10 of Pentacles. When we say abundance, it's not always about money. We see money here, but it's not always about financial security, but it's abundance in all things. So this is about, you know, it can be about emotional, can be about, you know, an abundance of love, an abundance of security, abundance of finance. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. They've just said to me, don't say yada. Sorry. Okay, let's do a couple more, Spirit, please. I won't say it again, I won't. Okay, couple more, thank you. Yeah, look at this. So we know he's on the move, and we know within the next few months life will be looking very different. You will be seeing this abundance, so the love will be coming your way, you know. I know we can't put timescales that are definite on these readings because they're so general and each of your circumstances are different. If any of you want to book a private reading, please do contact me. I've had some requests recently and I've been slow to respond simply because of where I've been at health-wise, but I will do my best for you. So please do see the details down below. Yeah, you see, look at this healing card. There's someone standing behind with their hands on their shoulders. This is about recovery. This is about everything falling into place, about you feeling so much better, Divine Femme. They're saying to me, you know, tell the Divine Femme to take time for his or herself, you know, because over the next few months, all the angst and all the worry, it will start to dissipate. It will start to go because, you know, you have such beautiful things coming in, beautiful energy coming in. We know it's going to be over the next few months. And, you know, it will help you to feel so much better. Can we have one more card, please? I don't like to have three for the Divine Femme. Can we have one more card, please? Oop, thank you. Yeah, okay. There may be some compromises along the way. We know that. It's always been the case. I think Divine Feminines, we've sort of got used to compromising along the way. We haven't liked it. But here we see in this card of compromise, balance. We've had the Yin Yang card come up twice in this reading. The Divine Masculine is feeling a lot calmer. He's a lot more balanced within himself. And they're saying, you know, he may come forward with an offer that he may not sort of throw himself in at the moment. Seriously, Sarah? He may actually not throw himself in wholeheartedly initially because he also will need some time to recover from what he's been through in this karmic relationship. So, you know, there may well be a few compromises to be made along the way. Okay? So, you know, what they're saying is be patient. I know. Trust me, you're talking to a very patient Divine Feminine here. But, you know, he may not come straight in with the 10 of Pentacles on a plate or the 10 of Cups on a plate. There may be some compromises and some balance to establish in this relationship. But it's looking good because look at this abundance. Look at it. Okay, Divine Femmes, I'm going to leave it there. As I say, if you are interested in a private reading, then please do drop me an email as per the information down below. What else do we need to say? If you like the channel, please, or enjoyed the reading, please drop me a like and please don't forget to subscribe. And I will catch up with you all again soon. Thank you so much for your ongoing support and your patience with my dipping in and out, but I do have to put my health first at the moment. But yeah, have a lovely week, Divine Femmes, and I will speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye for now.